Namaskar. Hello and welcome to PGurus channel. I'm your host 𝙒𝙖𝙩𝙤. Remember, I used to frequently say that Mr. P Chidambaram, in his capacity as a home minister or a finance minister, used to call up people and give them orders over the phone. Well, we have now documented proof of something like that having happened. It happened in 2012 and it concerns the National Stock Exchange. But more on that at the end of this conversation. So I have to tell you a little story, or more in terms of a timeline, what happened. So we have to go back from 2012 to 2005 when it all started. In 2005, in United States, co-location services were being offered in exchanges such as the NASDAQ and the NYSE and so on and so forth. So as time progressed, co-location became more and more popular and more new exchanges started coming up. Very rare thing in the United States because it's a mature stock market. But still, the bad or the side effects of co-location were not apparent up until 2010 or 2011. But in India, it is believed that officially people came to know of co-location services only on January 10th, 2010, or somewhere thereabout, January first few days in the year 2010, when NSE said in its official or annual report that co-location services are now available. But in 2008, they had come up with a new process called direct market access, which kind of hinted that there was something for people who are interested in getting more benefit of more services. Now, I have written all this stuff in an article that is going to be published in a few days. In that article, there are several reference links that trace what happened during that time period, because it is critical to understand that the role of some of the people who were regulating, who were managing, who were the ministers, these are the people who are actually the culprits, the main culprits of the NSE co-location scam. Because it is all hatched there. It was all done so that Mr. Chidambaram could make money at the drop of a hat. And the vehicle for him was the NSE. And I believe that not only him, but many in the UPA ministers and perhaps even others were also shown how to make the money from the stock market, which is why probably things are not going as fast as they need to, because we are also sure that many bureaucrats were in on the take. I will give you the names of the people that are involved. I mean, if you have read PGurus, you know who they are. I'm just going to tell you how the roles of all these people were in first planning this thing out. So someone saw that co-location had some unique benefits, and they said that this needs to be implemented in the National Stock Exchange. Remember, as far as Chidambaram was concerned, NSE was the only stock exchange that he wanted. He didn't want any other stock exchange. And I've written tomes and tomes of literature on why that was. And the main reason was that this was one place where he wanted to drive the entire market of India towards, and then take money off of that. Now, people may say, but how come I didn't really lose money? If he was so evil, how come I didn't lose any money? Well, the thing about co-location, high-frequency trading, all these things is that you don't lose a lot of money. You just lose a little bit of money, except you lose that little bit of money every time you trade. For instance, if you traded and made $10 on a share sale, you will notice that finally you're only getting like $8 profit. What happened to the $2? Well, you think, well, when I gave the sell order, it was at this point. I should have sold it at that point. It didn't sell. It sold a little lesser than what I thought it would sell for. And you can get all these questions. But the main reason why it gets shaved a little bit was because of this co-location being in place and because some were exploiting it. Okay, let's go back to 2012. I told you that in 2012, Mr. Chidambaram called up Ravi Narain, the managing director and chairman at that point of National Stock Exchange, to restart operations. So let's first get to why they had to restart the operations. Now, I told you in 2005, they started co-location in the United States. It is believed that in 2009, sometime in 2009, that co-location services were also offered in National Stock Exchange. It was only in the annual report in 2010 that people came to know of it. But in 2009, in fact, in April 2009, the NSE accidentally blurted out that they had co-location services that they were offering, and then they hastily removed that. But we, the sleuths that we are, we went to Wayback Machine, which archives every page ever published on the internet. At least it used to at that time, and we got you a snapshot of that. That too is in that article. So I'm telling you that in April 2009, co-location was already available in NSE. Why is this date very important? It is important because of the first crash that happened in May 18, 2009. That was a Monday, and there was the 10% uptick. 10% uptick on at 10 a.m. Again, when it restarted at 12 noon, it again went up by 10%. And why this happened, when you look at the forensics, again, this is all explained in that article, you will see that this could have been only doable because of co-location, and somebody was trying to amplify the profit coming from the fact that UPA had returned to power. A lot of shenanigans has happened, and all this is only possible because people had carefully constructed a lot of things, and then now they're trying to point fingers at others, trying to say that Chitra Ramakrishna is the one who should be taking the brunt of. She is just a small cog in this wheel. The bigger machinations were done by the evil genius Chidambaram, his trusted man Friday, Dr. P Krishnan. Then you have B Bhave sitting in SEBI, Ravi Narain sitting in NSE, and a few other people. Ajay Shah was the main guy, brains behind making these things happen, making money rain for some people. Okay, now why is it that Ravi Narain is holed up in London when especially the CBI FIR was filed in 2018? Nothing happened. He never went abroad. Then why is he now holed up in London? He knows that he is guilty as heck. And he knows that if he comes, he'll be jailed. In fact, if you ask me, Mr. Chidambaram has, performed so many acts of anti-nationalism that if ever he gets thrown in jail, they should throw away the key after putting him there, because that is the amount of mayhem, destruction he has wrought upon the country. And NSE is but a small sample of that. So in 2009, you saw that co-location can do very bad things to the stock market. And in 2012, what happened was, I think it was May sometime in 2012. The date is not important. The year is important. 2012, Chidambaram was back as the finance minister. And there was a trader called MK who had entered in the wrong data, and the Nifty index fell by 16% in NSE, 16%, 16%. As soon as that happened, the trading stopped. But Mr. Chidambaram called up Ravi Narain, the then MD and CEO of NSE, and told him, you shall restart the exchange. This is another data point that needs to be investigated by the Central Bureau of Investigation when they are looking through this co-location scam. What was the need for him to force Ravi Narain to restart the exchange? What exactly happened there? What was the money riding? I have told you frequently that this fellow would call up chairman of LIC or State Bank of India and tell them to buy some stock because he was trying to have some counterparty for a PN, or that is participatory note propped up stock that they needed. They were just propping it up in the market. If nobody buys it, they can't make any money off of it. So they would force companies like LIC, public institutions like LIC and SBI to go buy that share. And then now people are probably wondering why LIC and SBI are holding all these worthless pieces of paper of stock. Anyway, so these things happened, and this will continue to happen because I am told that co-location is still working, still thriving in the National Stock Exchange. It has not been stopped. And I don't know when the finance ministry will wake up to this bad thing that is going on, because a crash is coming again, and this one is going to be really bad. And I can tell you, people will do everything possible to engineer it, because India's markets are shallow. there are only 150 or 200 active shares. And you take Nifty 50 out, only 100 more shares. So this is not good news. Anyway, it's my job to tell you where the problem lies. It is up to CBI to unearth all the shenanigans that happen. It's involving thousands of crores, 50 to 60,000 crores. It's not a small amount. And it is very difficult to find out how the money came in and how the money went out. However, you will always see some trends. Those trends are easy to catch. Some people have to be taken into custodial interrogation. They shouldn't be given water and food. Make them starve and make them cough up the secrets. See, this is the window of opportunity is closing. Many are quite old. And they might suddenly say, well, they have a loss of memory and you will not find the truth. I hope the government acts and acts soon. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And do not forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.